Speight and Ruth Connell.
Nice job, everybody. Your mic give out?
Everything worked out okay.
Your mic went kaput?
I didn't know what was happening. I didn't know they were playing a song. I didn't know anything.
Yeah, dude, we're doing a panel. This is Ruth.
They'd already said our names, and I was like,
Oh, I didn't miss that.
I'm not going to keep these dear people waiting on the Lord's Day.
Well, I'm a little out of it because we just played a show. The band just played an acoustic show just now.
Just now.
And I'm all buzzy.
Are you like breathing a lot?
Yeah, I stood on a chair. I jumped.
Oh, how old are you now?
How old are you?
Well, play, Robert.
You know, it's always fun to do this panel because Ruth and I get to work out our issues on stage.
It's great. And it's great for me.
It's great for you.
You have minds to the issues.
I get to be right here to cause problems.
Well, one might say you're the causer of problems.
It's
trickster.
Traditionally I am, but I don't know if I am because of your particular problems. Why is the back half of the room so illuminated?
It's a spotlight.
Just because
So
you can see these lovely people.
I love it.
That are waiting.
Hi.
They've been in the dark.
Hi, everyone in the back.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Everybody enjoying their Sunday so far?
If there were a solo panel, I would come up and see everyone at the back. But these
Well,
two,
go on up there.
They're too lazy.
No one's duct taping you to the stool, woman.
Okay.
I'm gonna go. There she goes. Don't worry. Walking out there with the people.
Can I have duct tape next time?
Be careful what you wish for. There's a cruise coming up. This if I
It's
had a
really
solo
good.
panel, blah blah blah.
It's fun because Ruth's like the same height as all the seated people. The further out she gets. You could hear me?
Pot, kettle, black.
Pot, kettle.
Benedict.
Ruth is just reaching the back of the room.
It's nice to see all your faces at the back.
Wow, you sound surprised. I guess you were expecting to be horrified.
They're actually prettier in the back.
That's what I said that about Ralph this morning on stage. He's prettier from the back.
Oh, these three over here, they're cute in the back. These three over here.
Hitting a large responsibilities.
You get it. Oh, I just had my lunch. You're supposed to walk for 5 minutes after your lunch.
Is your leaf of lettuce going to pop up on you? I've eaten with you. It's like somebody walks by with you're like, I'd like somebody to walk by with a sandwich. There, I'm good.
I had second helpings of the chicken. It was really good. You guys have good food here. You guys, y'all know how to barbecue, right?
Well, don't let it be said that we ever stopped you from going to the back of the room as if it were a solo panel. I don't want to wear that.
That was good. After you finish food, you're supposed to walk like for your blood glucose. Mm-hmm. Who was here at the panel yesterday with the endocrine? See, I just keep on going with the health advice. I'm so boring. We worked out yesterday the panel that I was really tediously boring with all my health information about endocrine disruptors. Anyway, today will be different.
Not to me, my love.
Rob just gets the endless Instagram posts that I forward to him with all the information.
Did you know 30%
of women
over 40. No, you're just talking about other women.
I mean under 40, way under 40. Jarringly under 40. Rob did a whole opening this morning about his bottom. That was it, you would have found interesting because you were attracted to it.
Okay.
He went on a whole spiel about his tuck.
Now, when he says that, what do you think actually happened? You think I got up here and I was like, hey, my bottom, my bottom?
Maybe.
Oh,
I mean, it's quite a cute bottom. So.
Exactly. There should be a T-shirt now that has Rob and I going, hey, bottom, my bottom. And it's a quote, Rob Benedict. Which you did say.
Did you show your body?
No, not really. Richard had a whole monologue about my bottom, about eating a cake shaped like my bottom, including drugs, cake-sized drugs that were in the a-hole of the bottom. All people and children who just woken up on a Sunday morning. And somehow I'm gonna walk away looking like the asshole, because that's how it always works with Richard. There's gonna be a T-shirt, and damn, you're big mistaken if you didn't think he's getting all the money from the T-shirt proceeds.
I can't help that, Robert. The point is, it's a shirt, but if the shirt is heralding your body, so it is a cross promotion. You know, you get people get to advertise the fact that you have a beautiful drug carrying hindquarters, and I get paid for the shirt.
And that's the end of the story. That's where it
That's
is.
entertainment, everybody.
But I felt pretty good about it. That was a funny bit.
Okay.
It's a funny bit.
Did you have to be there? Yeah.
Probably. And even if you were here.
Robert, he hadn't been there. Let's take questions.
I tell you where we will be though. After this panel, we will all be in the merch room.
Yes,
If you want to see Rob's bottom close up.
Where they sell merch.
On my table.
I charge $5 a pat.
A gander.
Wait a minute. You charge people to
I
pat
charge-
Rob's bottom?
Yeah.
Or you get charged by Rob?
No, I get $5.
Every time somebody touches his butt?
She's charging $5 for a pat on my bottom.
So if I just sat there and gave Bobby one of these, it'd be a cash register at your table?
Yes.
Ding,
5,
ding,
10,
ding, ding,
15,
ding.
20.
Yeah, you can sell a few t-shirts, it'll be fine.
Yeah, I will.
Okay, good. But we'll be there after this panel.
Do I have a say?
No.
Anyway, we will be at our tables. We'll be at our merch table. You'll be at your table. Come say hi to us. But first, let's answer some questions, shall we?
Let's do it.
This side. What's your name? Where are you from? What do you want?
I'm Scott. I'm from Texas. My question is for Rob. Very curious, since you played Chuck/God, why was your son Jesus never in the show?
Rob, we kept asking you that. You kept saying, give me a second. And then show it.
You know, it's a good question. I don't actually write the show. My character did, I guess, but I didn't really ever have a say in it, any of it. So I don't know. That certainly would have been, it would have been good. Although it seems to me that I was going to say that the biblical elements of Supernatural were mostly Old Testament stuff. But although they did have Revelations in there as well, which is New Testament stuff. So I just don't know. And if there was, let me ask you this: if there was a Jesus, who would have been a good Jesus? Who would have been a good cast to play Jesus?
The guy that played Jesus in Walking Dead.
Who was
Oh
that?
yeah, Jesus on Walking Dead. Yeah, we met him.
Yeah, I love Tom. He's lovely. Yeah.
What's the actor's
That would have
name?
been Tom Payne.
Tom Payne. He's this British guy, English guy. That's about my height. I met him because he's friends with a friend of mine. But and I didn't watch that far into the show. I made it through like season 5. I loved the show, but it fell off. But my son loves it, and he saw this guy Tom. He's like, it's Jesus.
Yeah. When I first got the cast in Supernatural, it was really interesting to me. It was publicised. The first article was in the Christian Times. And I thought it was so cool that they followed Supernatural, and that, like, you know what I mean? That it was something they kind of took on as like a fun element. And I kind of think, I'm guessing in a way, it was out of respect that they didn't really go down the whole thing of actually trying to portray Jesus, because there's something kind of mythical about our show, and it might have been slightly tricky or disrespectful to actually actualize Jesus. That's my guess.
Yeah, I think that's probably the right answer. I think that's probably true. But he would have been a good casting.
Rob, if you could have cast somebody who's Jesus, but not that dude, who would you put it?
You.
I'm already in the show.
Oh.
So you.
Michael Fassbender. No. Probably, actually, an actor of color would be an interesting choice.
And who would that actor could have been?
Let me. Idris. He's good at everything.
I really just said Idris Elba right before you said
You
that.
did.
Oh, wow.
There you go. There's the answer.
Hey, isn't that cool? Idris Elba's going to be on our show.
I see that Ruth definitely has a type.
She,
Rob Benedict or Idris Elba.
no, totally. She's, and Michael
Michael Fassbender.
and Tom Cruise. And honestly, her list of men she really desires: Tom Cruise, Fassbender, Idris Elba.
Rob Benedict.
About
You're
10 others.
No. Rob's in the top 10.
I'm not. There are a couple other Benedicts above me.
Yeah. Arnold, Eggs, Matt.
My brother Matt.
I'm sure.
Oh, shoot, it wouldn't kill you to have a tall Benedict every now and then. I mean, like... All right, let's do it.
Let's move on.
Oh my god. Hi there. I have a question for all three of you. So I was wanting to know, if you were a condiment, what kind of condiment do you think you'd be?
Richard.
Rob?
Salt.
Is pumpernickel a condiment?
Nope.
That's just his answer for all those questions.
Salt?
Salt.
Uh,
Salty. Salty. Is that an L?
Sure. Mustard. But like,
Cinnamon.
mustard. Mustard,
I'm
but
going to have to go with cinnamon on this one.
the spicy mustard, the kind you put on a deli sandwich.
No, we're going to go with cinnamon. I know you came here to answer your own questions, but unfortunately, you're
Which is
cinnamon.
such a random condiment. What would you like with your hamburger? Ketchup, mustard, and do you have any cinnamon?
Oh, I misunderstood. Because you put cinnamon in lattes and things. That's a condiment.
Sure.
That's another word I'm not very sure of.
Condiment?
Condiment.
Condiment.
We had some vocabulary issues yesterday.
Huh?
Okay, how do you say the word Y-L-A-N-G? How do you say that word?
That's not a word.
It is.
Y-L.
X. Oh, I
Is there an X?
Y-L-A-G-X.
Y-L-A-N-G.
Ylang.
But yeah, I'm not sure.
That's not a- what does it mean?
Ylang, it's a scent. And it could be just lang, which sounds quite Scottish. It was very lang. It was long. It was lang. Hey, but this was our... Yesterday we were on fire.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Not bad.
We were all buoyed by the experience. I never knew how to say... You know the word? You know like the thing that floats in the water?
A buoy.
Buoy.
I never could say that word. Like, I thought it was like boy, boy, a boy. And I once tried to say, somebody being buoyed, but I didn't know how to say it.
Right.
So I said boyd, but it's not right. And so yesterday I got schooled.
That's cool.
Oh, man.
And it's buoyed.
That's awesome.
Well,
See, in the UK it's different. See, that's why.
yeah, that happens a lot with you because you'll say things like, that's not how you say
I
that.
said a stotter earlier though.
Oh, chai?
Yeah.
She said to Alex, she's like, okay, see you in Chi Town.
Chi-town.
Chi-town, yeah, see you in Chi-town.
Oh, just
Chi-town.
Chicago.
Yeah, Chicago. See you in Chi-town.
What do you say?
Sam was funny. Sam was like, I don't see you're Scottish for that. Actually,
You say chai, I say chi. Let's call the whole thing off.
Let's go. Can we? Pretty please.
Did we answer your
thank
question?
you for your question. Yes.
I'm sorry.
All right, yeah, right there.
Okay, hello. I'm sorry. Hello.
I'm Marielle, and I was just wondering, who would your character's godly parent be?
Who are what?
Godly parent, like in Percy Jackson?
I don't know what that reference is. My godly parent.
Like in Greek mythology, they have the god.
yeah,
Like, who would your godly parent be?
right.
Oh, like Athena or
Zeus. Rob? Zeus.
That's hard. As God, it's hard to be. Who's my God? Who's God's godly parent?
Michael Fassbender.
Yeah. Michael Fassbender. No, mine would be George Burns, who played God in the 70s, 80s.
Helen Mirren.
That great Greek goddess.
Oh, wait. Now we're just picking real people?
I mean, mine was sort of a bit.
You know what? I'm going to go with cinnamon. What do we... I don't understand.
Some mayonnaise and ketchup.
Helen Mirren playing Athena is my...
Okay, Helen Mirren as Athena is your... That makes sense.
Yeah.
Is Athena the one who's like...
Goddess of War.
Goddess of War and Beauty.
I was gonna say, yeah, because Rowena would be something that comes from like goddess of beauty and sexiness.
The goddess of war strategy and wisdom.
Right.
Who's the goddess of love?
Aphrodite.
I think that's who would be your mom.
Aww.
Look at you, so Rob. Is that
Oh, I see your eyes over on the side.
is that Rob's bottom talking? Hey, would you, since you are well versed in...
Who would you say?
Yeah, you tell us. Who would our godly parents be?
I think Chuck's would be Zeus.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I think Gabriel's would be.
Dionysus.
Dionysus.
I was thinking Hermes, but Dionysus also works.
Sure.
I like a Hermes scarf, if that's
Something that's like grows and parties a lot.
mixed up.
And then hers would be like,
Either Athena or Aphrodite.
yeah. I think those are the right answers.
Played by Helen Mirren.
Of course. Well, I think I like all three of them. Thank you. Over here.
Hello, my name is Jared. This is my first convention here.
Oh, welcome.
Me and my wife, we decided to make the 20th our first one here because this is also our 20th anniversary.
Oh, congratulations.
So my question is mainly for Ruth, because
Uh-oh.
we were both at your girls panel, and it made me think about the whole women are not valued, but underrepresented in media and whatnot. And you had such a big role as Rowena. I would say as big as Crowley. How come you don't have your own panel?
We're gonna step off over here.
I left my,
I think that part of it is that I think, thank you, first of all. But the Mark was in the show for quite a few years before I ever arrived. Just the sheer number of episodes, you know, had it gone on, and Mark wasn't in the show anymore as he wasn't towards the end, and then Rowena was, it might have been slightly different. I also think that it is a little bit trickier. I think if Ruth were pushier, I'm not really, like, you know what I mean? I'm not, I think, no, if I were to ask, if I were to say I really want my own panel, they would give me it. And I sometimes do question, like...
for what it's worth, she sometimes does.
So, and I do often do my own panel, and I like it, I really like it. But I sometimes wonder if everything's perfect the way it is. I couldn't be happier, everything's lovely. But I sometimes do wonder, like, if I were a bit, to step into my own power a bit more, if I could have made more of things than I did, not Rowena or the writers or anything. So I don't know, it's an interesting question, and I think we can talk about these things, and it's no big deal, right?
The way this convention works, we kind of will go through, they try to mix things up sometimes, and they'll pair people together that haven't normally been together, and then that works, and so they keep doing that for a little bit. Then they'll mix it up again. But it used to be that you'd always have your own Sunday panel.
But also, Mark really loves to have his own panel. And he's really good at it. And I think that's part of it. I think it's part of it. And I'm happy to do whatever. I'm happy to do my own panel, or these guys, or, you know, it's really fun that it mixes up, and it's so fun that I've done panels with people I never filmed with. And like one time I did a panel with Osric and Gil, and it was so funny. It was one of the most outrageous laughs I've ever had on stage. I've never met them before. And we all, you know, it was, so yeah, it's a bit of a mix and match. But I certainly don't have any ego or status about demanding things, but maybe I should have. Thank you for your question. Richard, it's safe to come back.
If you could take any TV show and remake it or reboot it today, what would it be and who would you want to play?
Oh, that's such a good question.
Judge Judy. And I would keep Judy, but I'd be Rusty the bailiff. Robert?
V and I would be Diana.
OGB, original V. Wow.
She was beautiful, sorry.
MASH, and I'd be Radar.
I could go on, I could keep going, that's such a good question. We could keep going for ages. So.
Yeah, we all love old TV.
Yeah, I love
All
it.
out, it's all alright.
The Smurfs, and I could be
The Smurfs?
the Smurfs.
The Smurfs.
The Smurfs.
Oh, like the Smurfs?
And are you Smurfette?
Yeah, they're so cute, aren't they? Fine. Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's the only girl. I'm not sure you have to thank him.
What were we talking about yesterday in the panel? Okay, next question.
The Smurfs are sexist? That's
Yes,
what you're talking about?
Hi.
Hello, my name is Luis. I'm from Edinburgh, Texas. First convention.
Did you say Edinburgh?
Yes, Edinburgh, Texas.
Oh, that's so cool.
Thank you, thank you. So my question is that we all know Jack, you know, the son of Lucifer. We love Jack.
Sure.
But realistically, with Gabriel's history with women, how is it that Lucifer was able to have a kid before Gabriel? Like, that doesn't make sense. Like, to me, it doesn't make sense.
Well, I definitely had an affair with Rowena in the library. And we can assume that was just the tip of the iceberg. What we didn't see is how long that affair went on. And how torrid. I know that Ruth and I had a lot of backstory conversations over a glass of wine in preparing for that role. And I just remember thinking, I was like, probably not a long affair. Ruth was like, no, I feel like Gabriel and Rowena really had a long, torrid.
And then
like,
she made him have the snip, so that's why he doesn't have any children.
Exactly. But it did not stop us
From rehearsing?
from working on that moment.
Yeah. It's interesting. It doesn't answer the question why you don't have kids, though.
I had a vasectomy.
Oh, okay, got it.
What happened was,
what?
we did it so much that we went back in time and reversed any babies we would have had. It was there was so much doing it.
Whoa. She's throwing her mouth.
It was a non-stop do-it train. Somewhere my wife's throwing up in her mouth. It's just anytime I say do it, women around the globe feel nauseous.
Somewhere your wife went.
That's a good question. Why there's not more like little Nephilims running around everywhere?
Yeah.
Good question.
Yeah.
Robert?
We don't have all the answers here.
Oh, I think Rob's got a handle on this.
It's a great question. No, it's fun. It's fun. It's always fun. It's fun. It's always fun to get into the affair that you guys had on the show.
Even before you and Ruth were a thing.
I know. Well, it does even if it were. It's just TV, right? It's just fiction. It's just fiction, right? Isn't it just fiction?
That's a gray area. A very scantily clad gray area. Very sensitive area full of nerve endings.
And gray?
Scantily
Gross.
clad. Well, no, it's not really gray.
The machete's just so home like this.
Soft pink. Oh yeah, Machete does not care. We could be having this conversation in front of her. People going, great.
We're out of milk.
At the store. Thank you for your question.
Hi, I'm Lucas from San Antonio.
Hey.
Hi.
So my question is, what is the one thing you got to take or wish you have taken from set when the show ended?
Okay, souvenir from set, guys.
I really wanted to take when in the last season when I go into Becky's house, she's got all these my framed the books that Chuck wrote. She's got the covers of the books framed, and I really wanted to have one of those so I could like put it up in my office. It's a cool because it's not like it's not obvious. It's Carver Edmund written books, and so they asked Warner Brothers, and Warner Brothers said no. I couldn't take it. I was so
And they're just sitting in a storage locker somewhere.
Totally.
On that note, everyone left. Bye.
I can't believe Rob didn't get to keep that. This is bullshit. They're out.
Yeah. All of my wardrobe.
You kept all of your work.
No.
Oh, but did you take? Do you have anything?
I offered to buy my wardrobe, and because of COVID and everything was messed up. So.
Did you take? Do you have a souvenir?
No, I tried to take that post, they wouldn't let me, but we did get sort of under the radar.
Somebody posted us something.
Posted us a couple of wardrobe items.
Right.
I have like a couple of sport coats that Chuck wore in the last season. I would love to have had my robe from season 4, but it's gone. Yeah.
I directed the third to last episode 15, 18. And in that, when awful character played by Rob kills families and just wipes them out, makes them disappear. The first thing I had to go, I added this to the script, I added a child. I thought it's going to be emotionally impactful to see a child taken away by Rob Benedict.
Wait, you
made it worse?
I added the kid. Yeah, I added the kid part. The kid wasn't in the original script, so I added the kid.
And you're saying Rob Benedict was actually not me. It was a character I played.
You're so good, I can't tell where you stop, and so I just assumed it's just Rob Benedict killed everybody. So there's a little girl, and she's holding a stuffed monkey. And the first thing you see when she disappears is the monkey fall in the middle of the air and just hit the ground.
Heartbreaking.
It's heartbreaking. And I love putting emotional moments like that in when I can. And I had them find the same stuffed monkey that my oldest son had as a child. I wanted to have the very little monkey that Steve had. And I had them find it and send a picture, and they found it. And that little girl drops it, and then I kept that monkey.
And made Rob look even worse.
Well, and the answering of the question too. When Rob destroyed that little kid,
at Dublin also
monkey, my son. Oh.
And I take the monkey. I gave this monkey to Steve. Steve treasures it. He has it in the cabinet, and he knows don't let Uncle Rob see this.
Right.
Because it'll make him mad, and when Uncle Rob gets mad, kids go bye-bye.
You don't want to make Uncle Rob mad.
No.
Yeah.
You know. Thank you for your question. Right there.
Hi. My question is prompted by the Kings of Con podcast.
Perfect.
Ruth, if you have an answer to.
Rob and I are both involved in that podcast.
So, when I was listening recently, you mentioned about having the songs that you play when people come onto the stage,
right.
And DJ Paul's song is the Garth Brooks song, I've Got Friends in Low Places, but I never knew that was by Garth Brooks, so I just thought it was because he was the tallest person and everyone else was shorter than him, so that's what it was about. So my question is, have you ever had a song that you really confidently sang the words for, like totally missed the context on, and you were just singing the completely wrong words or didn't know the meaning of?
Yes. Let me think of one. What about you guys?
Well, for starters, let me just say, if you don't know, Rob and I have a podcast called Kings of Con, and it's where Rob and we do 2 podcasts. We do Supernatural Then and Now, which is a companion piece, an essential companion piece to the show.
Essential.
You watch the show, you listen to the podcast, you're going to get so much more out of the show than listening to the podcast. We have interviews, insights, reviews. It's great.
It really is terrific if you don't know about it. Supernatural Then and Now. It's free, and you can listen and
available wherever you get your podcast.
Yeah, and we do every episode reviews, and it goes in depth on that episode.
We have great guests from the crew, from the cast. We also do Kings of Con, where we don't have any guests. We just have us, and we chew the fat. And in these precious times, your dollar matters. So, Rob, what are we charging for this podcast?
It's free. They're both free.
Oh, 0. Oh, I should change that. But for now, it's 0.
They both have Patreon, which is sort of a fan club page where you get exclusive content. But if you want to just listen to the podcast, it's free.
So, to your question, have you ever confidently sung the lyrics to a song and only realized later that you were singing them wrong?
Well, my favorite is not mine. It's a friend of mine, but it just really makes me laugh. Is you know the song from the '80s? Should have been gone. Knowing how
Steve Perry, Sherry.
My friend always thought it was cinnamon gum. Cinnamon gum.
Cinnamon.
Oh, that's good.
Cinnamon.
Makes me laugh. Cinnamon gum. Knowing how
I remember there was my sister gave me a book when I was in high school, and the book was called "Excuse Me While I Kiss This Guy," and it was often misunderstood lyrics. And it was just you go through it, it talked about that's Jimi Hendrix, Purple Haze.
Excuse me while I kiss this guy.
Yes, just kiss this guy. I'm trying to think though if I've ever and the voice behind. I will say, I don't know if I've done it where I sung the lyrics wrong, but I will say, having performed with Rob and Loud and Swain on Saturday Night Special, sometimes Rob and I will dust off some old school song, Nirvana song or something we want to do, and we'll see the lyrics. I'm like, I had no idea. Well, you know, one was
REM.
REM. But I was thinking, so one of the songs that back when you and I used to host karaoke, they would do. I didn't know. I was surprised to get the words, the actual lyrics to "Carry On" and "I the Tiger." Carry on was like nothing equals the splendor. You know, like I didn't know what that guy was saying. I just always made the sounds, singing to the radio. And so like there's several things in that song that are things, lyrics that went over my head. Yeah, I've just been surprised to see the lyrics pop up in karaoke. Like, oh wow, what's wrong about that?
My little offering is slightly unrelated, but kind of in the same vein, where Margaret is 19 months old, and she's got a real big voice, and she conflates "Twinkle Twinkle Little Star" with ABC, and it turns out the tunes are almost identical, and so we get A B C D up the world, and I can't not do it now. I conflate those two. So I don't know. It's not the same, but it's kind of slightly related and quite cute.
Yeah, it's like A B C D F G H I J K L M N P up the world.
And you always get the hand gesture. Da 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 da. The funniest thing, if I could show you all the video, is Rob did his momentous thing recently with Charlie. He was talking about the momentous stuff with
it's
Charlie.
I was doing like a songwriting course kind of thing.
You know Charlie Capon, and he does the momentous stuff. So Rob was singing. So Rob's on the iPad. Rob's mum, who's 87, sitting in front of me, and Margaret's sitting in her high chair watching the whole thing. And so Rob's singing fairly well, oh honey.
Yeah, I sang fairly well.
So he sings fairly well, and I turn to Margaret and I go up at the camera. I say, Margaret, can you sing? And she goes like this. She hangs over the chair. She's in her high chair. She goes, and she goes off tune at the end, but she kind of hits it. It's the funniest thing.
So just almost, I was like scrambling for my volume button. Wow,
It's one of my favorite things I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Thank you for letting me talk about my daughter. Bye. Sorry for your eardrum.
Right.
The one remaining one. I'm sorry.
Hello again. Hi Ruth. It is a great weekend to be bisexual. I just had to get that out there. But
It must be great in life in general, I think.
my goodness, everyone is just gorgeous. I don't know how to handle that. Anyway, are there any, during filming or during production or anything, have there been any storylines or moments while filming that have really resonated with you and that you've really carried with
you? For me, when in season 11, when Chuck kind of came out that he was God, and I was kind of trying to figure out how to play it as God. How do you play this big entity? And it dawned on me that that I've been an absentee father, and so I kind of channeled my own experience with my own father, who left when I was young. And it's funny, Jetson just yesterday was like, man, I just recently watched that scene in season 11 where I'm berating you about where have you been? All these things have happened. People have died in wars. Where have you been? And I kind of am the stern father who's been absent. And that storyline within the Chuck dynamic has really stuck with me, and that really felt personal. Ultimately, when you can use stuff like that in your work, it feels therapeutic, and you can really access those emotions, and it feels real. And so that's a piece of sort of something that happened when I was being God in the show with Gene talking to me, especially that scene. It's like that just felt real. And what's weird is my experience is I'm Dean. That conversation is a conversation I had with my dad. So it's interesting that playing the dad in that scenario. So I don't know, that's something.
Yeah, I know Mark Pellegrino says something similar, and he relates to you in that way, in the same thing. I remember just a simple one was, two things that could spring to mind really briefly. The first episode I appeared in as Rowena was called Soul Survivor, and I didn't have any lines, I just appeared and there's dead bodies on the ceiling, and in the script I had, nothing to really go on, but when it came to doing the next episode, I think my first speaking episode was Girls, 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 but the fact that the first episode had been called Soul Survivor, to me, I took that on board as Rowena, that was part. And at that point in my life, I think there's probably very few people get to the age that, in your late 30s or whatever, where you don't feel like on some level you are a soul survivor. And I kind of, so the role, and there's something about it resonated with me from the very beginning on a personal kind of level and trajectory. And then the episode regarding Dean, I read it quite sympathetically because my dad has Alzheimer's, and Dean was, and Jensen had this one scene where he cried in the mirror. He did it in one take. It was beautiful. He chopped it up in the episode, which probably made the episode better, but it was all one big long take where he just cried this single tear, and it was kind of remarkable to watch it. And he and I though talked about the humour and the comedy in that episode, which helped me a little bit not take everything so seriously about what I was feeling about my dad at that point. So those two, there were a lot of things did, but those two spring to mind just now. Yeah.
For me, it was directing Just My Imagination, because I found that script really, Jenny Klein wrote a great script. And I remember I got a compliment from Bob Singer when that episode came out, and he said to me, when I got the script, I didn't like it. I didn't like the script, but I love your episode. And he said, I thought it was goofy. I thought the whole story was goofy. And I was like, well, that's because it's not a comedy. It's a story of a little boy. It's not a story of an imaginary friend. It's a story of an abandoned boy. Because at the end of the day, the Sam and Dean story is heartbreaking. And so when you have, and as a father, I just related to that, the kid. So everything I did was about the kid and young Sam. And them hanging upside down was how my cousin and I used to talk during sleepovers, and just try to do as many things I could do that were about the child. But my nerdy little detail about that show, if you go back and watch it, is I made Jared short in every scene. I put him in a hole digging, I sat him down. I made Jared smaller than Dean all the time because he was the little brother, and Jared is so physically large as an actor that it's hard to get him to look up. And looking down is powerful, looking up is vulnerable. And so I wanted Jared to have to look up. And so the scene where Jared has to tell Sully that he's got to go back into the cage and fight Lucifer is a masterclass of acting. Jared is phenomenal. It's one shot, pushes in on him, and to Ruth's point, they probably cut it up to go back to Sully, but it's really, he could have lived as one thing. And just the story of dissecting really what the Sam and Dean childhood tragedy was for me as a director resonated with me just because of being a father of boys. I have 3 boys, so that element was very, very powerful for me in the script that Jenny wrote. Powerful to watch it filmed and performed, and stays with me still.
Thank you for your
Great
question.
question.
Thank you, everyone.
Last one, real quick.
Hi, my name is Janaya. I'm from Texas.
Great.
My question is for Rob in particular. I know you didn't write the show, but we know that angels have to ask permission to take a vessel. Do you think Chuck had to take a vessel, or did he override that rule?
Rob, did Chuck take a vessel?
No, I'm talking about Chuck. Did he
Right.
override that rule because of his status, or did he create Chuck out of nowhere?
Oh, did God create Chuck out of nowhere? We're all guessing, but I would almost assume that maybe he did create Chuck out of nowhere. I mean, look, I'd love to hear Chuck's backstory. It was never established, but that almost makes more sense to me. To me, the thing that I always went back to is that Chuck is Eric Kripke. He's the creator of the show. He's the almighty creator of the supernatural world and all of its universes. And he loves those characters and all that stuff. And at the end, he had to cancel the show, like all that stuff. And so I'd always just go back to that. You're a writer. You're the writer of the show, you know. So maybe he did.
So you're saying that you're thinking that he created Chuck out of nowhere?
Yeah, maybe.
Well, that would answer why Chuck has such a fantastic bottom.
That's true.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's rock